Hello and welcome to Starting Out Sober. This is episode 7. So last week we talked about my time leading up to detox, then my time in detox. This episode is about my first week after detox. Just the first few weeks of getting sober are incredibly difficult. In fact, like the first 2 months are incredibly difficult and sometimes longer for some people. But the first week was particularly challenging. So the first few weeks are incredibly hard, as I mentioned. For my first week, I was in detox, like I talked about last episode. My second week was back home. I found myself having trouble sleeping and having even more trouble getting up in the morning. I didn't want to leave the house. I did go out with a sober friend and my wife the day after I got a detox, but I had an incredibly difficult time for the most part. I was so shaky. I had cravings all the time. I just started naltrexone. I just felt absolutely awful. I also had zero appetite. I had immense brain fog and just couldn't think straight in general. I felt like an absolute mess. They say that the alcohol doesn't leave your system for weeks, so your body and brain is kind of adjusting. And mine was adjusting at a very, very slow rate. I felt very irritable at times. I didn't want to talk. One day my wife was joking around. I couldn't even take the joke. I was so annoyed. I told her I was annoyed, which was so stupid to do, but she was obviously and rightfully upset. I then hated myself for being mean and didn't know what to do. Eventually, I apologized and explained that I couldn't really talk and have fun like a normal person right now. She understood, even though I hurt her feelings. I'm lucky to have someone that understanding because I was not fun. A bit later in the week, I tried to go to the gym. I lasted about 10 minutes, maybe less. Um, I know this all sounds horrible right now, and to be honest, it was. Just know that you have to go through some hardships early on in sobriety to see the light. I had brain fog for like an entire month. My sleep was a mess for that entire time, too. But slowly, as the weeks went by, I started getting better. I was less irritable, more social, more present, and more importantly, more true to myself. I can confirm that even in a few months' time, you'll feel even better, even if you still are having kind of tough days and cravings. Your motivation will supersede the hardships, and you will begin to heal and grow. And that's kind of all I got for this week. Just a short episode, just to go through, just talk about how hard those first few weeks are because they really are. But just know there is light at the end of the tunnel. There really is. And next episode, I'm going to talk about support systems. Support systems are so immensely important to getting sober, in my opinion. And I really hope if you're trying to get sober that you find one, whether it is your friends, family, or you know even coworkers, but or just reaching out to strangers like AA and other support system groups. But you definitely are looking for a support system this early on in sobriety. So I definitely would suggest finding one, and we will talk about that more next week. All right. I'll talk to you next week. First, before I go, I want to mention that I'm doing a t-shirt giveaway on Instagram at Starting Out Sober Pod. I have one shirt in three different sizes: small, medium, large. If you want to win one for some reason, I am shipping to only the lower 48 states, so no Alaska, no Hawaii, no international. You can see the shirt on my Instagram. I have it pinned. And yeah, if you want to enter, you just got to give me you got to send me a DM of a screenshot of a 5-star review on Apple or Spotify. I'm just trying to kind of boost my rankings in the podcast world, and I figured I just give away some shirts. You know, maybe you like. So if you like today's episode, give me 5 stars and send that review in for maybe a free shirt. The music today is by Snowmelt. That is my music project. It is 2 words, Snow Melt. So yeah, I'll talk to you next episode.